got married and they're doing this incredible.
Well, there's a myriad of things. I think first of all, we have to go back to
a writer. You are very well known for your teaching skills. Your students speak a whole lot about you.
Miss Nigeria competition.
I said, let's pick them up, let's take them back to Nigeria, and let's teach them a different kind of job.
A lot of people have opined that the world would be a better place, indeed a great place, if women can come out and take their rightful places in the society. Don't ask me what those rightful places are. We all know it. Well, in Nigeria, women are about picking up on that and doing what they should be doing. They are continuously churning out in mass to change Nigeria. Seated with me in the studio is a woman who is doing such within her community and beyond. She is an Iberi-born lady. She is a woman I describe as Bibi, beauty and brain. She is a woman made of a heart filled with gold. A heart filled with gold, and it extends to other people. She is a philanthropist. She is, what else can I say? Let me not empty it out. Join me as I welcome Natasha Hadiza Akpoti.
These accolades are just too many.
I didn't say it all. I didn't say it all. If you left me, I'll go ahead. But I want to leave room for you to be able to blow your own trumpet. Because they say if you don't, it will get rusty.
It's best to stay humble and let our actions be seen.
And talking about actions, I want to ask, Natasha, what are you doing again? Every day you come up with something different. What is it up your sleeve now?
What I have now on is something very dear to my heart, and it's working with the marginalized communities and trying to set up their production in a structured way so that they could have a better impact. And that will go a long way in curbing the unemployment and alleviating the poverty in Nigeria.
I'm going to ask you how all this came about. But before then, I want to find out, why did you, pick up this beautiful interest in working with local people?
I picked that up because of two main reasons. One is a personal experience I had in growing up. Long after my father died, my family stumbled upon tremendous poverty, and it took a strong will, resilience, and determination to get out of that. And from that journey, I made a pledge to myself that once I come out of that, I would live the rest of my life working with people who are presently in that situation to teach them to make better choices and to develop their own personal economies so they could be more in control of their life and build a better success for themselves. That's one. And second is I have come to realize that there's a huge gap and disconnect between the government and these people in marginalized communities. And somebody has got to step and bridge that gap because they are so vulnerable.
So I know at a point in your life, you actually did a bit of a hawking.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
What did you sell?
I still do.
Oh, my God. But not with the tray on your head now.
Oh, no, not like, I didn't really carry, I carry things around. Okay, like, I'm never really ashamed of speaking about the challenges that I went through because they made me who I am. And I think it's best people who hear me today begin to accept themselves and mold a stronger force so that they could encourage someone else, who's probably struggling. Yes, at the time when my father died, like I said, we hit rock bottom. We had no money. Like if we had 200 naira a day, that was a blessing. We'd just make eba with some okra soup without meat or fish and just eat. And the next morning we will have to warm that food. And we survived on that. Yes, I would make zobo. My younger brothers will sell. And we sell earrings. We do everything. I supervise the clearing of gutters. I would travel to Lagos, bring in roofing sheets and sell. I was doing almost everything just to earn a living, just to pay my tuition, which was about 360 naira then in University of Abuja. I couldn't afford that, yes. So that part of me built the resilient entrepreneur side of me. I was able to understand the art and science of making money. And I understood that money is a spirit. If you do not have plans, if you do not have enough discipline, on how to transform the little that you have, and if possibly how to create money from little funds. These are the different kinds of strategies around commercialization of talent, passion, and purpose, which, like I said, I've brought out of my experiences, and I teach people right now who are presently in such deprived state.
You know, one thing I found quite intriguing is how you were able to harness the natural resources of communities and then turn it around, make the people get to use them. You did one on cotton or something in Kogi?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to hear more about
I'll
it.
say this, Nigeria is such a blessed country. And like we say, we keep hearing there are so many potentials. Almost every community you go to today, even the most deprived and marginalized and neglected communities, they all have one thing or the other they're doing. In Ibira land there, we have the cloth weaving. In Bida here, we have the brass works. We have the glass works as well in Bida. In the wood carvers in Benin. Almost every part of Nigeria. And each of these industries, if well structured and commercialized for greater impact, can transform that community and the country at large from the bottom-top approach. But this structuring requires building the entire ecosystem. Sorry, I'm going to go a bit technical, but it's necessary people understand that the success of each of these cottage industries, which probably you find them in clusters, depends so much on the effectiveness of the support system around that industry. So you see now, you go, why is it that the leather works in Italy is able to generate $40 billion annually, while in the north here in Kano and Sokoto, we see these tanneries and these local industries can't even sustain a family? The leather is better than our leather here is better than the leather in Italy. But how come one community is thriving while the other is welling away in poverty? Like I said, it's all about the structure, the framework, the financing, the trade, the technical expertise, the skills that these people have. So that is what I bring in. So it's not just the trading.
No, yeah, your voice, it's loudly heard at the Ajakuta
Oh my
Steels.
goodness, I thought you were not going to bring that up.
I read your episode.
Oh my
You wrote so
goodness.
much about
Of
it.
course.
But I told myself, whenever I get to you, you're going to have to explain it for me. It was too lengthy for me.
Oh.
So talk to us. What is it going on there?
If we're going to do justice to that topic, we will not round up today, but I'll tell you this. First, the reason why my team and I decided to advocate for Ajakuta's revival is because of the tremendous economic benefit it promises for Nigeria. Nigeria and Africa generally is lacking behind industrialization because we have not been able to have Ajakuta and other steel rolling mills running. We are hugely dependent. 80% of our inputs can be produced locally if we have Ajakuta running because it's beyond a steel plant. Apart from the steel, the byproducts, slag, glass can be made, oxygen for hospitals, and so many byproducts can come out. And through the value chain of Ajakuta, thousands of jobs can be created directly and indirectly. If Ajakuta is working today, I can make cooking pots. There's no company in Nigeria today that is making stainless steel cooking pots. No company today in Nigeria is making cutleries. I'm tell you the basic things, not to talk about agricultural equipments, hoes, cutlasses, wheelbarrows, shovels, and then building materials, rods, roofing sheets, pipes. So there's so much. Today in Nigeria, every house you see that is being built is using glass imported from China. In Ajakuta, there we have all the raw materials needed to produce the finest crystals, not even normal glass.
Your passion burns, so high. And I wonder, don't you ever get scared, voicing your mind the way you do?
I'm not scared. I don't get scared. I think being scared died many years ago when I told you I was trying to make ends meet and trying to raise my family from the pits of poverty. I just made up my mind then that, you know what, every day, if I can make this, if I can survive this day, then it's fine. So I have built that ability to live every day as if it's my last. And I know that I'm toying a very dangerous path because it's not easy speaking against the domestic influencers, those who are trying to hold Nigeria from succeeding, and then the international bodies, because I understand that countries like China and all others are looking at me and say, you know what is this lady going about speaking against our international policies? I understand the danger and I appreciate that, but I'm not afraid. If that everybody's going to die, if that comes today, I will know that I would have emptied myself and have emptied the message God brought me here on earth to do. It's sad when I think of it, but I'm not afraid. But I would appreciate to live a little bit longer so that I will be able to empty myself much more and create better structures around those people who need my services. And I should be able to encourage more people to come up, more women especially, so they will find courage in what I do. And there will be just not one Natasha, but many more. So that if I go, there will be more of this positive spillover in the things that I carry on.
Your job is one that I admire, especially what you do with the women or the women where you go to. We will get to talk about that. I want to assure you that you will live for a longer time to empty yourself the way you have always wanted to. And I can assure you again that maybe another 70 years we'll get to invite you here again.
I pray so. I really do.
I take a break for now, and when we return, you'll be seeing Natasha and I in her domain. It's a must watch for us. Stay on.
Job.
All right, it's still the woman, and I have the most lovely, personality still with me in the studio, barrister Natasha Hadiza Akpoti. Thanks for still staying on. And I like your blue. It's well on you.
Thank you. I do like playing with colors. It brightens my day just like you.
All right. There was something you said when we were in the studio, and I wanted to ask you more about it. I think it's about time I do that. You do a lot of jobs with local people, and I'm wondering, what's your experience like? Talk to us about it.
My experience with the local people is quite interesting. I discovered that they are the most hardworking and resilient people ever. Imagine a whole group disconnected from the government, disconnected from the facility and almost the world, yet they strive every day to make a living. And like I said, that's why we need a lot of social entrepreneurs to come in and bridge the gap. And because in the center of what we do, the people are our focus. And in the course of our activities, we have had to conduct a lot of seminars and workshops and training capacity, to teach them the art of entrepreneurship. And we've discovered that it really takes a lot of effort. I mean, Nigeria is such a huge country, and before you travel from the north to the south, east and west. So we've decided that at this point, we need to work with entrepreneurial hubs. The trend around the world now is entrepreneurship. Even African Development Bank released its economic outlook on Africa and said the future, the only sure way to curb poverty right now is to grow as many entrepreneurs as possible. Because right now, educational system just brings up graduates who are looking for jobs, but there is so much potential, like what we ran through our local industry. So how do we open people's minds to possibilities of various raw materials? And we've decided to have a center, like a campus, but just for entrepreneurs, where you come in there with your killer business idea, and in that one space, we have the entire ecosystem that is necessary and required for the growth of a business. And then in the span of 3 months to 6 months, maximum 1 year, it depends on the severity and the nature of your business, we then groom your idea and transform it into a scalable enterprise. And I'm glad to announce that the very first of its kind is going to be launched very soon. We're having a tripartite agreement between SMIDAN, which is from the Ministry of Trade and Industry, and NDDC. They're going to be the financiers. But this is going to be situated in Uyo presently. And I wouldn't want to talk too much about that because we're still in the working phase.
I see you work with your staff, and I see a kind of rapport, a connect between you and them. It doesn't come that often. Permit me to say kudos to that, but I'd like to find out, what's the magic? What's the brand?
When you know that as a boss, you are still learning, and you open your mind to expectations of the day, you relate with people, you make them, how do I put it? You build a certain kind of connection between them, and then the flow of ideas does not only come from you, but could be from the lowest member of your team. I use the word team because it's very key, and when you have that collaboration, coordination in your work atmosphere, it breaks a lot of barriers, and it forges unity and the speed at which one works and the flow of energy, and it's really interesting. That's why we argue, we quarrel with my staff, we brainstorm, sometimes it gets really mad, but we know that at the end of the day, our focus, our goal. So whatever direction we take, respect, communication, and focus is key.
I'm still curious to know what you really do, at entrepreneurial schools, and what products do you think, your learners, so to speak, the entrepreneurs or would-be entrepreneurs will come up with?
Like I told you, the art of entrepreneurship is not taught in our schools. So this ground, what we call the playground for entrepreneurs, the hub, we're going to open people's minds to the various possibilities around them. Take, for example, cotton. When you ask an average Nigerian, what can you do with cotton? They think, it's just fabrics or cotton buds, cotton wool, the basics. No, it goes beyond that. From cotton, you can actually make films. The negatives you see in films, the X-ray films are all from cotton. When you open the refrigerator, the white part you see in the freezer, these are all cotton. They are biodegradable cotton. The sunglasses, these fancy sunglasses you see, cotton. The astronaut suits today are made from cotton. The notes, dollar and pounds and Canadian dollars are all from cotton, 75% cotton, 25% linen. There is so much along the value chain that presently countries that grow cotton, for example, like America, cotton is the #1 cash crop.
We grow cotton here.
We grow cotton, but it's not. Nigeria used to be a huge exporter of cotton about 40, 50 years ago, but our dependency on oil shut down so many other industries. Like I was saying, America presently generates over $120 billion annually from cotton alone. $120 billion from cotton alone. That's because they are able to capitalize on all the various chains, right from growing the cotton to, even the seeds itself. Let's talk about the oil. You've taken away all this, the currency, the astronaut suits, the negative films. These are all from the flint itself, from the fiber, the white puff. Now the seeds, many Nigerians don't know that the oil seed, the cotton oil seeds are very healthy. Most of these baby skincare products are made from cotton seeds. Soaps are made from cotton seeds. In America and in Europe, 80% of this oil, the vegetable oil you see on the shelf, are all cotton seed. Zero cholesterol, very healthy. And then when you take out the oil, the shaft is 45% protein. That's #1 feedstock. This travel bag was made by a 16-year-old girl in Okene.
16?
Yeah, 16-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah. She actually amazed me. She didn't go to school. Her mom was a tailor. By the time we have our hub, definitely we're going to invite this lady in there to probably teach her on finishing and fine-tuning and then brand her products. Because here, this was also made by some blacksmiths in Okene. I decided to show you this just to prove two things to you, that people are not poor because they are lazy. They are poor because they don't have the opportunities to succeed. So in one of our community tours, we discovered we had a session with the blacksmiths, and some came to me with this, like a team of 5 people. He told me, I was like, why is your shovel having different parts? Like, you could actually pull it up in different sections. And he went, because we realized that most people, construction workers and farmers, when they have to travel from their home to the place of work, their equipments are too big or too long to fit into the boot of a car. So what they've done is they've innovated the technology in such a way that it could actually be dismantled. It could be dismantled, and then when taken to site, put it in a bag, and when taken to site, assembled back. Now, this is why it just shows that people are thinking. If they could just have the right equipment, the right skill, the right support, they could innovate things, products that conform to the problems at hand. Do you understand?
Yeah, very well.
And this was done, these people were not even engineers, they were just welders, blacksmiths in the village, came together and were able to think. What I'd like Nigeria to know is that we are living in a generation where everybody has the brains and understands what moves around the world.
It's beautiful, beautiful. I wish I'll just go on and on. But I'm going to take a quick break again. Do you know that my guest is one lady with several sides? We've only seen a little. Let's go on. We'll get to showcase more of that. Stay on.
A different kind of job.
Welcome to my home. Thank you.
It's a lovely place.
Thank you.
Now, when we were talking downstairs, I was wondering, I said, how does this woman combine keeping a beautiful home I call it home, not a house, because they're two different things for
Yeah,
me.
of course.
A happy home, a happy office, happy, a mixer out there doing a good job of everything put together. How do you, tap it up together?
That's a typical woman. Women, we multitask. Every woman has the ability to put a little bit of everything together harmoniously. The good thing is, I have wonderful children. They're very supportive, and my family, my brothers, everyone is great, and my domestic staff, fantastic. So everyone understanding the demanding career part I have, and I think it just works together easily. But
you are a super mom. I call it that not just because you've made success, but a lot of women can't seem to handle it alone, being alone. Talk to us about your single parenting, so to speak.
I have never really spoken about my personal life. I don't even write about it as well too, and this is my first time of really putting my home out there, and it's a different nice feeling, but it's also good so people can connect to the person behind all of these activities. And like you said, it seems easy because I have understanding people around, but it has taken a lot of work for me to set the structure up. As a homemaker, whether you're single, because even though I'm a single mom, I'm still a homemaker. It takes a lot, and even double the effort, that a married person puts.
It's a lot. It's quite challenging.
I work 24/7. Sometimes I don't sleep. Sometimes I go, even when I sleep, I'm dreaming of when you wake up, what is the first thing you have to do to put things in place? And that's it. So I think it's a discipline I had to imbibe in myself from a younger age when I became the breadwinner of the family after my father's death. So I have got to realize that 24 hours sometimes is just not enough. So how much in a day can I achieve? Because the next day comes with its own challenges. So part of the reason why you see that I have some sort of an organized home, an organized office, is because I just have a lot of, hello guys. How are you, baby?
Lovely children.
Thank
Back
you.
from school? Let me guess. This is Zain.
Yeah.
You told me about it, and this is
What's your name?
Nadia. Nadia, how old are you?
8.
Oh, that's lovely. Zain, how old are you?
11.
11. How was school today?
Good.
You had fun, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Auntie, and we're having an interview now. So do you mind going to your rooms to do your homework? I'll join you later. Don't forget to wash your hands, babies.
Okay, but before you leave, just say hello to my friends.
Hello.
All right, so I'm going to have a chat with your mom. Then we'll come play with you in the room later, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Lovely children.
Thank you. There's something in every woman. That's the ability to nurture. And I find that in my children. Whenever I step out of my home and I walk to these communities and I see kids who are the same age as my children and they're deprived of the basic amenities that my children have and other children have, it really breaks my heart and makes me double my effort to say, what? How can we improve? What can I do? How can I make the government or people around understand that there is such need, there's such vulnerability, and we just have to put up our human side and reach out to these people because they are not poor or in need by choice. Some of them were just born, and we don't choose where we're born. Yeah. So when I see my kids, every day I wake up, it reminds me of the effort I have, I still have, the amount of work that still needs to be put in place in the world. I told you the story of how we used to eat overnight eba. I tell you, so this drinking of Gary, soaking of Gary, it happened to me, but that was the only way to survive. I remember then, I was going to show you my favorite part of the house, which is, I have my two favorite parts of the house, my bathroom and my kitchen. And each time I walk into my kitchen, it reminds me of one of the first clear dreams I had. Many years ago, when things were really tough, we used to use this local stove. Mm-hmm. And because I'm asthmatic, but each time I blow up the stove, the kerosene fumes just get into my eyes. And I would nearly have an attack, but I just had to because that was what we could afford. We needed to eat. And I told myself, I wasn't feeling bad. Neither was I feeling sorry for myself because I just told myself in my heart, it's just temporary. when you make it, you're gonna have a beautiful black and white Italian-looking kitchen. And that's what I have, my little black and white nice kitchen. Yeah, you'll see it. It's just my brother put it up together.
I want to say my bye-bye, but I want to do it in the kitchen. Can we?
Ah, okay, of course.
All right, so come on.
It's very simple,
It's very
black and white, and
It's
like I
what
told
you said, this is your favorite room.
Yes.
Somebody is there.
Oh, Nadia, get up. I've told you before, no games in the kitchen, sweetheart. How are you, love?
Come on, come on.
I was actually making some juice before you came in, so if you don't mind, like in a few minutes, I could just round up and give you some of the freshest and nicest juice.
I don't mind because I love juice. You like juice too?
Yes.
Okay, so let's watch mommy do it.
Good life, prosperity, and a better Nigeria.
Everything.
Empowered to women.
Yes,
We need to have more women, more multitaskers around Nigeria to get Nigeria working.
Definitely. Okay, on that lovely note, we say bye on today's edition of The Woman. Don't forget, next week promises even more exciting package. Stay good and be good Nigerians. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm doing flying doctors or that are not married and they're doing this incredible.
Well, there's a myriad of things. So I think first of all, we have to go back to
Writer, you are very well known for your teaching skills. Your students speak a whole lot about you. Miss Nigeria competition.
I said, let's pick them up, let's take them back to Nigeria, and let's teach them a different kind of job.